Welcome back to the Build from Scratch series. My name's Dave. I'm a web designer and digital marketer, and I decided to start my own home service business and take you behind the scenes and document the entire process from zero to hero. Today, we're going to be talking about the structure of the website. But let's recap where we are right now in the process. So we've decided on the niche, which I decided to go with the house cleaning business. We have the business name, which is Hometown House Cleaning. We have the LLC, the EIN number, and the domain. And we've now narrowed down. In the last video, I told you that we were coming up with a logo and having a bunch of designers compete using a service called Design Hill. And we're down to about 3 designs. I'm not ready to share the final design yet because we have to make that final decision. That'll probably be in a future video. But today we're going to talk about the structure of the website because the next step is to build out the website. So let's take a look at the pages that are going to be included in this website. And this is specifically built for local SEO. The structure, the types of pages, the names of the pages, all are really important to help Google understand exactly what services we perform and which locations we provide those services. Okay, so right here, we've got the homepage, obviously. We're going to have 3 main services initially. We may add on to these later on after we launch. So we'll have standard house cleaning, deep house cleaning, and move in, move out house cleaning. So those are going to have their own pages. Then we have our service area pages. And what we decided to do was select about 9 cities within our service area and create a page specific for each one of those locations. Now, the way the structure of this website is, what I like to do for the service area pages is I like to create a hub page called Near Me. And then I create these location pages, which are like sub pages underneath the Near Me. The reason this works well is because look at what it's going to look like. We have ourdomain.com/near me/city name. So our domain is hometownhousecleaning.com. So we've got house cleaning in the domain name, near me. So house cleaning, near me, and then the city. And the city, I'll show you what that looks like when I show you the actual website. Now, how did I figure out which cities to choose? Well, I use a tool. It's a map radius tool. And this is free. I'll put a link in the description below. And what I like to do is I put our main city. If you have an actual physical location that you've provided Google when you verified your Google business profile, if you have an actual address listed, just stick it right there. And you want to go out 10 miles. The center of the circle will be the address that you provided or the city. And this is a 10-mile radius, and it's going to draw a big circle. Now, what I like to do is typically when I put this in, it will be zoomed in like this. And the problem with having this zoomed in is you see how we can see all these little cities and towns in here? I don't want to try to rank every little area. I want to pick the bigger cities that Google recognizes. This map radius tool just takes this circle and puts it over top of the Google map. So this underneath is an actual map from Google Maps. So let's take a look at what Google finds when we zoom out to be most important, the cities that are most important. Those are the ones that are bolded. So what I did was I just selected about 9 to start within my service area. And this is helpful because, like, you see how this is outside the city, Newtown Square is outside of the circle. I was going to put that as one of the location pages. However, it falls outside the 10-mile radius, so I'm going to wait on that. Let's work on inside the circle first. Once we start ranking in here, then we can move out to 12 miles or 15 miles. Okay, so that's how we decided on these cities, and I chose 9 of them. We also have an about section, so we have about us. We have a cleaning checklist because each one of these services is going to have its own checklist. So if a visitor to the website wants to see, well, what's really, like, I want to know specifics. If I hire somebody for a deep cleaning, what do I get? So we wanted to have a page for that. Plus, it's a great opportunity to have a lot of different cleaning keywords on one page. Then we're going to have an FAQs page, and then I created a blog. So I call it cleaning tips. And then finally, we're going to have a book now page. Now, there are additional pages. These right here are what you're going to see in the main navigation bar. So let's take a look at the back end of the website so you can see. So anything that's indented means that when I hover over this word, like services, these will drop down. So that way the main navigation is really clean. It's easy to view and know what you're looking at. So we've got home, services, service areas, and about. And then there's going to be a button down here. I haven't put that in here yet for book now. So it's nice because it's condensed, it's clean, but they can access a lot of the information right from the main navigation bar. Now we have additional pages as well. Some of these are going to be linked down in the footer at the very bottom of every page. And some of these are going to be invisible pages. So we're going to have a contact us page. We're going to have a sitemap page. And I'll show you in a later video how I build this out. But I like to get this submitted to Google Search Console to get Google to, for some reason, it seems like Google will index the site faster if you create this sitemap page. It's a little different than using a regular plugin. I'll show you this in a later video. Of course, we're going to have our terms and conditions, privacy policy, and refund policy page. So these are going to be linked down in the footer. And then we're going to have some invisible pages. So when someone fills out the contact form on the Contact Us page, they've got to go somewhere after they fill out the form. So I created a thank you page for that. And I like to call it Thank You Contact. So that way I know when I'm looking at all the pages on my website on the back end, I know that this is the page, the thank you page for Contact Us. Then I've got a thank you page for the book now. So when they can book on our website, they have to go somewhere after they book it. That's going to be this page. Now this one right here, what we're going to do is create, what we want to do really is for all the visitors that come to the website, not every visitor to your website is ready to hire you right now. They might be in the information gathering stage. So why not take advantage of the traffic that you're getting? And instead of they land, they look around, and then they bounce back and they forget about you. Let's capture their name and email address so that we can nurture them over time. So what I'm planning on doing with this website is creating what's called a lead magnet. It could be a PDF, it could be a quiz. There could be a lot of different options. I'm going to probably go with a guide, like the top 5 things that you should consider when hiring a house cleaning business, or the top 5 spring cleaning tips, or something like that. Something that has value. I haven't decided on exactly what that's going to be. And what they can do is to get that guide, they just put in their name and email address. So they're subscribing. And what will happen is after they fill out that simple form, they have to go somewhere. So we're going to send them to this thank you subscribe page. And then they'll receive that guide in their email in probably about a minute or so. And then they'll be put on my list. So now they'll be able to we'll start to be able to nurture them, get them to know, like, and trust us, and hopefully get them to hire us. Finally, we're going to have some point of interest pages. It's actually going to be a lot of point of interest pages. These are hidden pages, and I don't want to go into too much detail right now, but this is a local SEO play. This is to help Google really understand those location pages up here. We want to create geo-relevance in our area. We want Google to recognize that this city right here is related and connected to our business. All of these cities are related and connected to our business. So we build out these point of interest pages. I'm going to go into more detail about that in a future video. All right, so what are our next steps? So next time I do a video, I'm going to talk about our customer acquisition strategy. How are we going to find customers and get the phone ringing? This is a big question, and it's something that every new business needs to think about before they launch. Don't launch the business and then come up with a customer acquisition strategy, because our customer acquisition strategy is dependent on what we're doing right now with the website, with cleaning the Google Business Profile, and some of the other things that we're going to do. So in the next video, we're going to talk about how are we going to get the phone ringing and getting customers. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.